I'm going to tell you a little story here. The following is a retelling of an essay I wrote for my students back in Canyon, Texas on the 28th of November in 2003 while I was in Vancouver, British Columbia teaching in our Canada MBA program. With Buy Nothing Day rapidly approaching on the 27th of November 2009, I thought it apropos to pull this one from the archives. I often make references to the Adbusters group in my courses. They are very much against commercialism, materialism, rampant consumption, free trade, and other hallmarks of a free society. The word liberal is almost too conservative to describe them. In 1997, they started Buy Nothing Day to be held on Black Friday, the day after American Thanksgiving. Black Friday is one of the biggest shopping days in the U.S. and erroneously referred to as the biggest day. The Adbusters group, known for their culture jamming, has decreed that we should not buy anything on this very important shopping day. They have received a lot of free publicity from their endeavors. That year, back in 2003, CNN ran a story on BND on the 27th of November, which was then American Thanksgiving. Well, as you know, I was in Vancouver, BC, Canada during Thanksgiving. I also happen to recall that Adbusters is headquartered right there in Vancouver. And now you know where I'm going with this. I thought it'd be extremely appropriate for me to visit them on Black Friday, or BND as they call it, to see if they would sell me something. I awoke to a downpour, which is really nothing new in Vancouver in the wintertime, got my oldest daughter ready and headed out into Vancouver morning traffic, headed for an address I had peeled off the Adbusters website. I traveled westward on West 7th Ave and managed to go right past the place. I was confused because I was in what appeared to be a residential district. I turned around and headed east a little more slowly and then saw the little sign on the north side of the street. The main entrance was a few steps down into a basement of a large old house. I stepped across the threshold, daughter in my arms, and beheld the headquarters of the anti-marketer. A couple of very casually dressed people said hello, one a woman, the other a man. Mac computers adorned several desks. Magazines were stacked everywhere in huge bundles. Buy Nothing Day posters hung on the wall, along with other evidence of their political leanings, like their opposition to the Western Hemisphere free trade talks in Miami earlier that month. The two looked very thin. Why is it that liberals always look hungry? I said hello in return, began thumbing through some magazines, and then picked up a 2004 Adbusters calendar. I casually asked the woman, "Hey, are these for sale?" "Yes," she replied. "How much?" "Oh, they're $15, but we'll let you have it for $10 right here in the office." "How about the magazines?" "Oh, $6 in the store, but $3 here." "Can I have one of each?" "Sure." Man, I never thought it would be so easy to catch someone in the act of hypocrisy. Here it was, their self-proclaimed Buy Nothing Day, and they were tripping over themselves trying to sell me things. I handed over a $20 Canadian bill, which they had difficulty handling. They returned with a handful of parking meter money. I then told them, in real life, I'm a marketing professor. I've used your site for years to have my students see what the other side is saying. You should have seen their jaws drop, for they knew they had just been busted. I continued to play with them. Yeah, I kind of like to use the Fox News approach to teaching, you know, a fair and balanced education. And even though I really don't like Fox News all that much, it was a convenient card to play. I continued, "So, do you have any literature I could take back to the classroom with me?" We don't actually have anything, but wait a sec, we got some back issues here." I walked away with a year's worth of magazines, my ill-gotten calendar and current issue, my daughter, and the satisfaction of knowing that even the most liberal of folk have a capitalistic gene in their DNA. I loaded my daughter and propaganda into the rental van, drove to Toys R Us to buy my kids a treat, and then headed off to the magnificent Metrotown Mall, over 450 stores, and we proceeded to spend unimpeded. So much for Buy Nothing Day.